I grew up watching and loving Disney movies, whether it was the magic of their animated classics, the epic world of Marvel, or the galaxy far, far away of Star Wars. I was hooked. Back in the day, every Marvel movie felt like an event. My friend and I would theorize, argue, and basically act like unpaid Marvel interns. And honestly, it was fun. And then I discovered Star Wars and fell in love all over again. At the time, Disney could do no wrong, and I felt lucky to be a part of this culture. Big thumbs up to Disney. And now, well,
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
I'm the spy.
Rey Skywalker.
so what went wrong? Let's discuss in this video. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the rise of the girl boss era. And you might ask, what is this girl boss era? Well, let me tell you about this. So how did we get from the golden age of Disney to the girl boss era? This isn't about Disney, it's a trend across all studios. But Disney stands out as the most committed offender. Now what is this girl boss era I keep talking about? Let's break it down. If you have been watching modern cinema, you have probably noticed a certain type of character popping up everywhere. My first real aha moment was Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Disney bought Lucasfilms in 2012 and launched a sequel trilogy in 2015 with Rey as the lead. The problem? Rey was a textbook Mary Sue. And by Mary Sue, I mean a character with zero weakness, zero flaws, and basically a cheat code for life.
You're afraid that you will never be as strong as Darth Vader. I like this!
Rey is instantly force sensitive, combat ready, a master pilot, resilient, determined, and apparently has a PhD in Millennium Falcon mechanics.
Electrical overload.
I can fix that.
This hyperdrive blows are going to be pieces of us in 3 different systems. What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
Did she train? Nope. Did she struggle? Barely. Did she somehow Jedi mind trick her way out of captivity without knowing what the Force was? Yup.
These restraints and leave this cell with the door open.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
But how? How is that even possible? Luke was also strong with the Force, but he needed training to achieve what Rey was doing in the first movie. And that's, to me, is typical Mary Sue character. And not just Rey. In The Last Jedi, Disney doubled down. Enter Admiral Holdo. Now, I don't dislike her because she's a strong female character. I dislike her because she's written like she's auditioning for Worst Boss of the Year. In the movie, the rebels are cornered by the First Order. Leia's out of commission, so Holdo takes charge. But instead of rallying her crew, she treats Poe like a misbehaved intern.
Stick to your post and follow my orders.
She insults him in front of everyone refused to communicate her plan, and basically screams, "I'm in charge," while steering the ship into chaos. And the writers clearly wanted us to think, wow, what a strong woman. But here's the thing, strong leadership isn't about keeping secrets until everyone mutinies. It's about trust, communication, and teamwork. Holdo fails all three. And look, I'm all for equality storytelling, but you don't have to drag down male characters just to make female ones look good. You can write strong female characters and strong men character at the same time. Crazy idea, huh? I know. Let's talk about another major problem in Disney's movie making. They're destroying our heroes. Now let's talk about the elephant, or should I say Jedi, in the room. Disney's habit of tearing down legacy heroes to boast new ones. Exhibit A, The Last Jedi. Luke Skywalker, the guy who believed Darth Vader still had good in him. The optimistic who faced down the Empire. The farm boy who became a legend. And what does Disney do? Turn him into a grumpy hermit who drinks alien sea cow milk and seriously consider murdering his own nephew.
I'd sensed it building in him. I'd seen it in moments during his training. But then I looked inside, and it was beyond what I ever imagined. Snoke had already turned his heart. He would bring destruction and pain and death at the end of everything I love because of what he will become. And for the briefest moment of pure instinct, I thought I could stop it.
I mean, what? Fans wanted Luke as Rey's mentor. Instead, Rey mentors Luke on how to get his act together. It completely undercuts his character, and then he dies alone, with nobody around him. A legend dying alone. I don't mind legacy character dying if it's earned. Han Solo's death wasn't perfect, but it carried some weight. But Luke's? That just felt like a character assassination followed by a mic drop. Exhibit B, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Indiana Jones, cinema's most adventurous professor, spends most of the movie being dragged around by his goddaughter Helena, an exhausted teacher on the field trip. He is sidelined in his own story.
And then we jump forward to 1969 and Indy is old and grumpy and getting separated and his son has died and he's sad. He's so sad. Oh my God. You know, see, that's the thing. When you bring back an old character that people love, you gotta make them sad and miserable. I don't make the rules. Do I? I don't know. Somebody must have made that rule though, because we keep doing that. Huh. So yeah, his life sucks and he hates it and he's sad.
And Marvel isn't safe either. Thor in Ragnarok was funny and badass. He had depth, growth, and clever moments like tricking Loki. But in Love and Thunder, Thor becomes a clueless sidekick in his own film. In Doctor Strange, the same story. In his sequel, he feels like a guest star, while Wanda and America Chavez takes center stage. Strange might as well have been holding the boom mic in the climax. Which leads us into our other segment, the Mandalorian effect. Side characters taking over. Remember when franchises had clever heroes? Luke Skywalker, Iron Man, characters you would rally behind. These days, Disney has a bad case of side character obsession. Fans call it the Mandalorian effect. When the supposed lead get outshadowed in his own story. Examples: The Mandalorian, supposed to be Din's story, but quickly becomes the Baby Yoda show. Plus cameos from Luke and Ahsoka. The Book of Boba Fett. Boba finally gets his series, only for Mando and Grogu to hijack it. Obi-Wan Kenobi, hyped as Obi-Wan's return, but half the focus went to little Leia and Reva. And Marvel, same problem. Hawkeye turns into Kate Bishop's origin story. It's like Disney keep inviting you for steak, but serves you a side dish instead. One another problem that I have seen in Disney is that they teach us awful lessons. Disney movie used to teach us real lessons. Work hard, be brave, sacrifice. Take Mulan, 1998. Animated Mulan wasn't born with special powers. She struggled, failed, and earned her place through grit and determination. The message: anyone can race to greatness with courage and hard work. Now let's fast forward to Mulan 2020. Live action Mulan was born with magical chi power. No real struggle, no growth. She was just special from the start. The message: you're either born exceptional or you're not. Inspiring, right? Spoiler alert, it's not. One movie says work hard and you can be a hero. The other says, you're a hero only if you were born one. Which lesson do you want your kids to grow up with? What happened to our villains? Where did all the great villains go? Old Disney gave us Scar, Ursula, Jafar, Maleficent. Villains who were scary, clever, and unforgettable. They pushed the heroes to grow. Compare that to the new Star Wars villains. Darth Vader, iconic, terrifying, unstoppable. Kylo Ren, angsty teenager with a lightsaber. He smashed consoles like he's rage quitting Fortnite. Snoke, introduced with mystery, hyped as the next big threat, then killed before we learned anything about him. Plot twist? More like plot faceplant. Without great villains, heroes have nothing to rise against. And without the struggle, stories lose their punch. So what happened to Disney? They started trading struggle with shortcuts, character depth for spectacle, and unforgettable villains for disposable placeholders. Heroes doesn't earn their victories anymore, and the lessons they teach us are shallow or downright harmful. This whole video was inspired by The Critical Drinker, whose critiques help me see just how far these stories have drifted from what made them magical. Thanks for tuning in. If you have fun watching, give this a thumbs up, hit subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments what's the one change you'd make to fix Disney. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you for watching.